And now to your forecast. We want you to be weather alert today. Meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees joins us now.
So the biggest issue today is the fact that the storms are not going to be quite as bad as last night because we don't really have the same atmospheric influence, but there was so much heavy rain, especially across portions of the metro, including Mecklenburg County. Areas of Tybola Road saw about a 500 to 1,000 year rainfall event with over 5 inches. And you can see all of these spots, especially high schools, middle schools, which is really nice that they have those rain gauges there so we can kind of get some of these official numbers. Even uptown coming in at 3 inches. Remember, the closer you get to urban areas, more construction, more concrete versus green spaces, that increases your risk of seeing flooding. And sometimes, depending on where you live in Charlotte, if you didn't know, the reason why it's called Uptown is because Charlotte Uptown is essentially on a little bit of a hill. So they used to call it back, in the, I believe it was 1700s or 1800s. I'll probably have to check with Larry about that. Just kidding. But they used to say I'm going up to town. So that's kind of how Charlotte's downtown got that nickname. So a lot of times if you live downstream from uptown Charlotte, you will see a higher risk as well of flooding, especially if you live within that 485 loop. So just something to be mindful of as you're kind of preparing for later on today and the next few days as well. Now, we're not seeing a lot of heavy rain right now, but there are some pockets here, some isolated thunderstorms, mainly in southern Lancaster County, northwestern Chesterfield, and some light rain a little bit further north. You can see some light rain pushing through parts there of Rowan County, into Catawba, Alexander, and Iredell County at this time. Now, there will be more storms again popping up this afternoon and evening. More classic, again, summertime pattern. But notice the pattern here of where the storms are coming from. They're more southwesterly, which is a more southwesterly consistent flow, which means we're not seeing any kind of sea breeze collision like what we were dealing with yesterday. So while the storms are going to develop, they'll start from the south and west and push east and northeast. So we're not getting as much of that influence as what we had last night. Just like yesterday, the moisture could linger a few into the overnight hours on Saturday. And then again, Saturday, kind of a rinse repeat forecast with afternoon storms. Again, folks, we're in that time of year, especially the past few days, as we have so much moisture. The dew point, the humidity is so high that anything that does fall can create heavy rain very, very quickly. So what we want you to be alert of course, is the fact that we could have heavy rain again. If you already had flooding, this is going to be a higher risk for you. It's this afternoon and evening due to slow moving storms. And again, that isolated risk for flash flooding. Yesterday, if you were in that considerable flash flood risk, you probably got what we call a WEA. That's the WEAs, that wireless emergency alert straight to your phone. Now, if you didn't get one of those, and you probably don't live in that area, but if you want to get alerts of any kind of flood impacts, best thing to do, download the free WCNC Charlotte mobile app. If you turn on your location settings, it won't just be prompted by what is called a considerable flash flood warning, but any kind of local warning for your area. Again, best thing to do, stay weather aware, have those multiple ways to get alerts, and as always, don't drive through flooded roadways. Now, we had many folks asking on social media about the reason why we had power outages. Some trees fell. Well, when the ground is dry, essentially the roots are kept locked in place. However, when it gets really, really saturated, even a lesser wind gust around 30 to 40 miles an hour can create looser roots. And of course, the trees are more susceptible to fall. So they'll be even more susceptible to fall today than what we had yesterday, because of course that ground was a little bit saturated yesterday and now it's uber saturated today. So here's that here's that 7-day forecast there. You can see 83 degrees with flood impacts expected today, isolated to scattered showers and storms again Saturday, Sunday. Rinse repeat forecast again with really, really warm lows in the 70s. Looks like we will get a bit of a break from the heavier rainfall potential Wednesday, Thursday, so pretty much the 18th through the 22nd. Unfortunately, though, as we see a break from higher rain chances, that also means more heat and humidity, as we could see our first triple-digit heat index values of 2025 so far.